If you're not going to be using your motorhome for a few weeks or even a few months, and it's sitting outside on your drive, there are a few basic jobs that you can do to keep your motorhome in tip-top condition. There's also some jobs that you need to do if you are going to lay your motorhome up for a week, 2 weeks or even a few months. So what we'll do, we'll have a look at some of the basics to do for your motorhome. So one thing I would be doing every week is I would be starting my motorhome up. If you can take it for a run, great. If you can't, then what you can't be doing is starting the van up for about a minute and then switching it off, because not enough power from the alternator has gone in to recharge the engine back up again. So you would be damaging the battery more by starting the van up for a minute. Let it have a good run for about 20 minutes. That's what I like to do, to get everything running, to get the oil going around, the water all going around. So give it a good 20-minute run. Like I say, even better, take it for a run for 3 or 5 miles. So start your van once a week. Don't forget, wait for the coil light to go off on the dashboard. Give it a start. And another thing I like to do as well is to get the heating on. So now they put the heating on and let the fans get all working and blowing hot air through. They put the cold on. And what I'd also do, if your motorhome does have air conditioning, I'd give the air conditioning a good run as well. What I'd also do as well is while you've got the engine started, is just move the motorhome forward and backwards, just to keep the brakes freed up so they don't seize up. And as well with the tyres, if you want to make a mark with some chalk where the tyre is on the floor, make sure it's not in the same position when you stop the van, so then the tyre's then in a different position. But definitely moving the van back and forward, it just stops the brakes from seizing up. So after you've let the motorhome have a good run, and then we switch it off, what I would do is take the handbrake off and I'd leave it in first gear. By leaving the handbrake off, what you're doing then is you're not going to get the handbrake seize up, and by leaving it in gear, the motorhome won't roll anywhere. Now this one's more for winter time, but you can still actually do it and just have a double check, is your scuttle. So if I lift the bonnet up, this area here is your scuttle, and on the newer vans they have a hole here. So what you can do, you can then get one of these, push it all the way down, check to see if the scuttle's not blocked up. This actually has come off there. Now the scuttle on older vans is really important, especially pre-2002s. Because I'll show you the scuttle on the older vans. Now this is the scuttle area here. Now like on the older vans, there isn't the piping for it to drain off. And then what happens, especially in winter, is the leaves all collect on here, and then when it rains, the water comes down and goes over and onto the gearbox, and that's where you get your crunchy gears from, especially on motorhomes, on campervans pre-2002. So checking and cleaning your scuttle is really important, especially on the older vans, but on all motorhomes really. While you have got the bonnet up, you can also check your levels as well. So on this one, we've got the brake fluid, we have the power steering. You can also check your oil as well while you're at it. Also antifreeze, so as you can see, this one's a little bit low, just above minimum, so I would top this up with water and antifreeze. And also your washer wiper water as well, and top them up. So basically you've checked all your fluids and you make sure they're all topped up. If you're lucky enough to have the motorhome outside your house, put a hook up into the motorhome so it can trickle charge the battery, but leave it in for about 4 to 5 days, then take it out for 4 or 5 days just to allow discharge on the battery so you're not overcharging the battery. Window rubbers. Now, see how the rubbers stuck to the window there? It's obviously because of the heat. So another tip is to clean all your rubbers all around, because sometimes on some motorhomes the water can come down and then go along the rubbers, and that's when they start to go green and then they also start to perish. So go around and give your rubbers a clean, give all around the window a clean, and then what you can do is use a silicone spray and just spray all the rubbers and go around, as well as the door ones and also the hatches as well, because water collects at the bottom of the hatches. Go around and give them a clean, and then just clean all the rubbers and then just give them a spray with either WD-40 or even a silicone spray. Also, if your motorhome's parked on your drive when the weather's nice, open the skylights to let some air in, or you can open the windows with the gap and still lock the window, but there's a gap for letting the air in, and just generally air the van out. Now, another thing you can do as well is electric steps. You can give them a good clean off and give all the mechanics a good clean off, because on some of the electric steps the sensor is on this side of the electric step, and what you get is when the motorhome's moving, all the dirt coming off the wheel there hits the sensor and clogs it all up, and that's why the electric steps don't work, because the sensor's full of dirt. So you can give them a good clean and then either use a maintenance spray or a grease and grease up all the cogs again, so they're kept in good working order. So inside the van, don't forget to take out any food that might be in to stop any mice, and also empty out your fridge, and gives you a good opportunity to give it a clean at the same time. And then don't shut the fridge, just leave it open to stop any smells. As well, drain off your fresh water tank and also drain off your waste tank. It's a good habit to get into, because one, you're not creating any stagnant water, and also it's good habits to get into for winter time as well, so you don't forget. And then also drain off your water heater, and this one here is the yellow lever that drains that down as well. With your waste tanks, if you can't get access to your waste tanks via on top of the tank, what you could do is get a hose pipe and flush some water up the waste tank, and then just look at the condition of the water that's coming out, and it'll tell you whether it needs more cleaning out or not. What normally happens, the pipe here is normally higher than the bottom of the tank, so what happens is when breadcrumbs and everything else is going down the plug hole, they settle at the bottom, so if you're not regularly emptying your tank up, they'll settle below this pipe here, and then you could either put some cleaning fluid down the plug holes to clean it, and keep flushing up through the tap here. Now, if you've not used your fridge on the gas when you've been out motorhoming, it is always a good idea just to put the fridge on the gas, so any bits that I've got on the burner unit, it can just get burned off. Same also with your gas fire. Again, I don't know if you ever put your electric fire on and you could smell the dust burning. Same principle. So if you've not used the gas or the electric for a bit, just put them on and it'll just burn any bits that might be on the burner unit or on the elements. And again, same with the fridge. Now, what you can do with your fridge burner unit, if you are lucky enough to have an airline, this is your vent here for your fridge. This comes off, and what you can see there, this here is your burner unit behind it. What you can do is get an airline in and give it a good blow, which will get rid of any bits. See how here, there's all different bits. There's all different bits here. So I'll be giving this a real good blowout with the airline. You can also do it as well. This is your flue. This is your flue for your hot water, the Truma system there. and I'll be getting an air line into here and doing exactly the same with the heater. And while you've got your airline out, you might as well do your hobs, grill and oven. So I hope you enjoyed the tips. They're just basic tips just to keep on top of your motorhome while you're not using it for a few weeks or months. And if it's on your drive, it's a few things that you can do just to keep on top of your motorhome.